Morning, everyone. All right. Good morning. I'm just doing some analysis of my of the charts right now for my trade journal. And then I'm gonna hop back into it. So Bitcoin is bearish. Very bearish. Good morning, guys. Good morning, Sean. There we go. Okay. Just doing some of my journaling. Anything to note here? What's this? Yeah. Okay. Thank you guys so much for the likes. Yeah, we hit 1200 yesterday. Nas might be setting something for sure. I think so too. We're almost to this day fair value gap, which is I'm very interested in what we do in this day fair value gap and this day high here. This is what I'm very interested in. Bitcoin. I'm not quite sure what Bitcoin's gonna do. It has this impulse range on the 1 hour. We've kind of tapped down in here, but we didn't really hit any of the lows. We hit Asia low, but not like a structural low. So it didn't set up anything for me to go long here. But honestly, I don't love the price action on Bitcoin right now. I don't love it. Which I'm going to journal that. I'm going to just journal what I'm seeing for Bitcoin. we go. Okay. Journal Bitcoin. I don't know. I think Bitcoin could come in attack London high, but I'm not quite sure. It looks choppy. There's an H4 fair value gap up here. There's also a day fair value gap up here that's near discount or premium, I mean. I'm not quite sure what Bitcoin wants to do. It did break this structure here to the high or to the left on the 1 hour. So it is looking bullish on the 1 hour, but again, in the higher time frame, on the day time frame, Bitcoin looks very bearish, very bearish. So that's kind of what I'm looking at right now. Okay, let's get back to NQ. Market opens up in 10 seconds. 10 seconds, market will open up. If you guys can, like the stream, share it, repost it, whatever. No, on Wednesdays, I'm never really able to trade Asia session. I have work that goes pretty late at night, so I was never able to trade Asia session yesterday. Today, I will be trading Asia session, though. Or trying to, at least. Oh, man. All right, Nasdaq, what are you going to give us today? Nasdaq was leaning more bullish. If we were to go short, we'd really want to see it in this day fair value gap. Yeah. Just hopped into the 5-minute fair value gap. And a 15. I just want to see how this first 5-minute candle kind of forms. All right, just kind of watching Nasdaq here. Let's see what we get. How many points would this be? Jeez. It's crazy. Yeah, we slipped that high. Yeah. Okay, nothing I'm really seeing. No fresh fair value gaps. Okay. I mean, nothing over here. Good morning, everyone. Sorry if I'm not really talking. I'm just trying to watch real close on what's going on here. Because I think we might be able to... There might be something coming soon here. The way that price is kind of reacting off this 5-minute low here in this 5-minute fair value gap. That'd be a very large stop loss if it came up to wick up or invert that fair value gap. But I think that price could manipulate down like it is, head up higher to like this day high and this day fair value gap at least. And then that's where we start seeing that bearish momentum. But okay, so if we can come up and invert this fair value gap on Nasdaq, I'll be open to taking a trade. It's going to be a very wide stop loss, but I'm just staying mechanical on it. Yeah, 71 points. This would be first TP would be like right around there. That M5 high, and second TP would be the day fair value gap. And third TP would probably just be day high. Day high is 139 points. If we invert this, I'm just going to be market buying. We don't. Looks like we're getting close to doing it. All right, so just kind of watching Nasdaq here, see what we get here. We invert this guy, we're willing to take it. 45 seconds still left on this 1 minute. We'll see what it gives us. See. All right. Bitcoin still isn't presenting anything over there. Oh, are we gonna do it? Well, we keep engulfing downward moves. There's no real displacement here though on the 1 minute. Let's go to the 5 minute real fast. We're gonna draw out this. Do I have a thing for it? So that's the opening range up at the top there. All right, this 5 minutes about to close. Okay, good closure on that 5 minute. All right, looks like we might be getting this inversion. We'll see. Nope, still no inversion. Okay, nothing right now. I'm hoping it gets this stuff out of the way. If we're gonna go bullish to stay fair value gap. Oh, maybe it's gonna go bearish. We could go lower here. I guess it could just. Let's put. We'll leave that stuff there. Let's scooch it over. Because this could be sweeping this low one more time, which would be nice. Too bad it didn't leave a fair value gap for us. But again, it's failing to displace this low here out of the opening range. 5 minutes seems to be leaving large rejection wicks off of that. Too bad it didn't leave us a little bit lower of a fair value gap we could have utilized and take off some risk. Very large rejection wick again below this low in this 5 minute fair value gap. And I think there might even be a 15 minute there. No, 15 minute order block though. Well, if this does it, I'm willing to execute. I'm a little nervous, I'll be honest with you. But hey, all we can do is execute. Okay, it looks like it's going to do it. All right, we execute. Stops I'm going to put at this very large 1 minute candle. I don't want to see price coming all the way back down there. And first TP will be a limit sell at this 5 minute high. Next one will be at this day high. How much are we risking? 372. Okay, that's not too bad. And then final TP is going to be at this day high up here, if we're able to make it to that day high. But I'm only shooting because I think price will come to this day fair value gap before, and then I think ultimately we will be bearish once we are able to head from there. But we've inverted this fair value gap. Large rejection wicks from these 5 minute lows here and this 5 minute fair value gap. This one came down below, sweeping this low here and making an order block to the upside on Nasdaq. So I've moved stops to the big candle, the wick down here, because if price really comes back down now, it's just either going to be choppy price action, or, you know, I wanted to respect this fair value gap here, and I wanted to start moving. I don't want it to like chop around in the opening range for like all morning, which it might stop us out here. Yeah, see, like it looks like it's coming right back down. Okay, we got tapped out there. Cancel all. Okay. Let me see this 5 minute time frame. Did we sweep above any of these highs? We haven't. Okay, it looks like price is literally just coming right back down. I want to see how this candle, if this candle closes bullish outside this fair value gap, I think I might take another buy, and I might have just gotten caught in a little tap out. In this fair value, I want to see it close bullish though, and move up from here. All right, I'm going to take one more stab at this. Stop loss at this wick that got us. Again, same setup. All right, we got everything set up. Okay. First TP is a liquidity high, or external range liquidity high. Second TP is an untapped daily fair value gap on the Nasdaq. Third TP is day high within this day fair value gap. And really, once we hit that day high is where my guess is we'll continue short price action. But I don't really want to target much higher than day high. Looks like first TP will be hit. Will it? All right, first TP's hit. We're going to move stops to break even now. A little bit above break even. See if we can turn this day green after that one loss. I'm kind of bummed. It barely tapped me out there. Barely tapped me out to then go. We would have... That's so frustrating when it does that. Hopefully it doesn't tap us out at break even. Hopefully it keeps running. I like that it just left the fair value gap. Hopefully it holds this fair value gap, or keeps the fair value gap open. Let's just move this down to... perfectly break even. Let's hope it holds this fair value gap. Let's hope it doesn't do what it did last time where it goes through it and comes all the way back out. Because if it goes through it, it might tap me out at break even. I'm hoping it respects it, pushes off, and then keeps attacking. But the thing I love about this is that this candle closed outside of the opening range, leaving a fair value gap also with closures outside, tapping into the external range liquidity. So hopefully, I also want to see, are we going to invert this fair value gap? Because we just tapped in this external range liquidity, and will it give us a short opportunity? Two, like back-to-back opportunities. Come on, don't tap us out and run back up. Get to that day fair value gap. No. Okay. Cancel all orders. If it inverts this guy, I think I might be going short here. It inverted it, and we got a 5-minute closure. Okay. Let me see. I just don't like the idea of going short yet. And look at that reaction right after it. No displacement. Because really the spot to go short is up in this area. In this day fair value up. We're so close to it. I don't want to get caught in... Yeah, I think so too. Thank you, Y. I appreciate you. Yeah, I don't feel comfortable taking a short yet. I think it's way smarter to wait for this day for value gap to... I would rather wait for the day for value gap to get hit than if it goes short and it runs without me. I'd rather miss out on that run. Just because we're just way too close to this day fair value gap here. That's a really powerful place to look. That would be the spot to look for shorts. Yeah, I'd rather be patient here than rush a trade. Dang it, man. Why did it have to tap? I think it is going to be going up here. We would have... Oh, why did it have to tap us out before it ran up? Dang it. Oh, well. Bitcoin still hasn't given me anything over here on Bitcoin. I would need to come down a little lower to look for longs. But I'm just not seeing anything on Bitcoin right now. Nice. Oh, you missed out on it? Oh, I see this one you're talking about. The 5-minute order block to the left here. Yeah. Welcome in, everyone. If you guys can, like the stream, share it, repost it. It means a lot. Helps the content go further. And I appreciate you guys watching and chatting. And 302 or 361, yeah. Yeah, 362. Yeah, 362 is his day high. I would really like to see the day high get tapped on Nasdaq. Get. Yeah, this is looking like it's doing what I want it to. Yeah, it went into that 1 minute for value. I pushed out of it again. It looks like it's at least gonna go to, you know, 293, which would be the fair value gap. Yeah, that's a good closure there. And that's a first 5 minute breaking outside of the opening range. What time? Oh yeah. This is right now the 5 minute. If you look at the top of my screen, you'll see which the orange number is the one that is the time frame I'm in. I don't know if you're able to see it. You should be able to see it. Yeah, but 5 minute just closed outside the opening range. That's a good signal too. That price is going to continue higher. You also have 1 minute, this 1 minute fair value gap that went outside the opening range. Now what you want to see next is a 1 minute fair value gap completely outside the range. This one's still within the range. You would want to see displacement now on the 1 minute time frame with a fair value gap that's way outside the range, right? And that'll show you, that should say that, yeah, we're going to go target the liquidity up here. Dang it, bro. Dang it. It's hitting the target. Ah, tapped out again. Well, honestly, I like what I did here where it hit external range, our first target, and we moved to break even. That's a pretty normal thing to do. Like the fact that we got tapped out of break even. You're good. You're good, Light. Don't worry about it. Also, the nice thing is this morning we did have red folder news pre-market. So we haven't had red folder news like in a minute. And we got red folder news pre-market, unemployment and all that. It looks like to our bullish, to our bearish. So pretty equal in regards to the okay, did that hit the day? I think it just missed it. I want to see more than that on the fair value gap. I want to see more than that. It's not gonna it's not gonna just barely tap it. And there's no fair value gaps here either. Yeah, I want to see more than just a barely tap. Like I want to see it kind of hit inside of this. Really, I would really like it to hit that day high and see what we get up there. But still nothing for me for in regards to potentially going short on Nasdaq. See if we can break above this high here on the 5 minute. See how we react to this external range. If we can break above the high, I think we should be good for day high. All right, we broke above this high, and now we're deeper into that fair value. Yep, I'm loving it. I'm loving it. I do want to trade journal these real fast because I do want to trade journal these. We got this first one here, and we put stops to this guy. We're targeting day high. We got tapped out. Again, I cannot stress this enough. Everybody watching should be trade journaling their trades. Then let's go on the 1 minute. Okay, trade number 1. All right, let's do this. And then we're going to just set up the next trade. Number 2. Trade number 2 was off this guy here. And we put stops to there. And again, targeting that. It's looking so perfect. 1 minute. Okay. Trade number 2. All right, we're gonna add some descriptions. Perfect trade set up, but I was anxious due to how large the stop loss. Nothing on Bitcoin yet. No. This screen over here is Nasdaq. Bitcoin is the one on the left. If you turn the screen horizontal. $70 points. Move stop loss to a M1 level that I thought should hold instead of sticking to M5 OBs. Would have never been tapped out if I would have stuck to model. Broke a rule on this one. M1 had an IFVG just like we wanted to target day FVG. Trade was perfect. I messed it up. So I was the weak link on this trade. It was a perfect trade. Trade 2, same setup as trade number 1. Because I broke my rules, caused me to have to re-enter. Waited to see how price reacted from the M1 fair value gap. First bullish candle we market bought to continue long. Price hit our first target at M5 high. We moved stop loss to BE. Price came back down to tap us out. If we would have never broken our rule, we would have been green for the day. Okay, just trade journaling. I broke my rule because I was a little nervous on, again, nothing here for Nasdaq. I'm not convinced this is the time to go short yet. For me, let's see, did it invert any fair value gaps? There's not even a single fair value gap in this leg up available. All of them got inverted. So like for me, there's still no short here for me, at least for my model. Now, if there's clearly momentum, right? Price hit this day for value gap, and look what it has immediately done. Market structure shift, continuation, breaking lower low, leaving fair value gaps, right? Like, so if you trade a different model, you know, it's showing strength to the downside. I would want to see, like, if I had a different model, one of my other models I would want to see is if price comes back up right now to this fair value gap that it put here, is it going to respect this? Or if it makes more fair value gaps, is it going to respect these lower ones? And can you be a fair value gap trader where you take one of these? Personally, I would want to see this one taken. And also, do you have a fair value gap here on the phone? No, you don't. If you create a 5-minute order block, that could be something you trade off of. But for me right now, I don't have anything to tell me to go short. I'm not doing anything yet. I'm all. It didn't give me what I was looking for. And even on lower time frames. So 5-minute didn't fail to sweep or like it closed above highs. The 1 minute doesn't have any fair value gaps to invert. So none of my confluences are here to take a trade. On Bitcoin, actually Bitcoin might have just given me an opportunity to go long. Yeah. Yeah, Bitcoin might give me something here to go long. Good thing I just looked over there. It has to invert the 1 minute fair value gap below us, but Bitcoin's looking pretty good here. We'll see if it gives us what we need. But Bitcoin swept this 5-minute low at Asia low, giving us a large rejection wick even below this low here on the 5-minute. So if it can hold this wick where it closes above all these highs and then inverts this 1 minute fair value gap that was left behind on that move down, we will be able to catch along on Bitcoin here. But Nasdaq still has nothing. Nice. Good job, Sean. Great job. Good trade. Nice, NVIDIA. I don't have anything yet on Bitcoin. It hasn't confirmed, so I haven't actually like entered a trade on Bitcoin, but I also want to see how this 5-minute candle forms, you know, and develops. But if it does invert this 1 minute fair value gap, I will be taking a long on Bitcoin. I'll be bummed if Nasdaq decides to just rip from barely tapping into the stay fair value gap and not giving me a setup. So Bitcoin here on the 5 minute, I really like it. Failed to displace this low and this low, leaving a wick below it too. So I'm liking what I'm seeing on Bitcoin right now. I just need one more confirmation on Bitcoin. Bearish on Nas right now. I'm bearish on Nasdaq. I was bullish, right? Until we hit this fair value gap. Then I want to see how price reacts on the fair value gap. And the way it's reacting right now, it looks very bearish on Nas. Right? And I want to see now, does it retrace and how does it respect these fair value gaps that are left on the 1 minute time frame for Nasdaq, right? Because it might not, Nasdaq might not give me a trade opportunity to catch this short. We'll see if it does or not. One thing that actually be more important, does Nasdaq here leave us a fair value gap on the 5 minute? And then what does price do when it comes up into this 5 minute fair value gap? That'd be the more powerful one. So if price, right, creates a 5 minute fair value gap, does it come back in, maybe sweep a high and then invert a fair value gap to the downside? That could be an entry opportunity for me. But as of right now, there's nothing for me on Nasdaq. I was kind of hoping Nasdaq would hit that day high up here, but it looks like this day fair value gap's a little bit more aggressive than this could also just be forming the 4-hour wick. Right, we did just get a 4-hour candle. Yeah. All right, looks like Bitcoin's not going to give me what I was hoping for, and it's going to continue lower. Yeah, looks like Bitcoin's going to continue lower here. So no trade still for us on Bitcoin. Elio, I want to buy my first Apex account, but my question is, I have to pay monthly. You only have to pay monthly for the evaluation. So once if you're able to pass the evaluation, and then after you pass the evaluation and you get funded and you pay the activation fee, you no longer have a monthly cost. You only have a monthly cost for the evaluation. So if you have the evaluation for months on end, then you're going to pay monthly. But if you're able to pass the eval and get funded, that monthly cost ends. So the monthly cost is only during the evaluation period. Okay, so Bitcoin broke below this 5-minute low and Asia low. So yeah, I would want to see, honestly, at this point, this 15-minute fair value gap down here, or even this 15-minute fair value gap down here. This one's the more important one in my opinion. I would like to see how it reacts to this 15-minute low and this 5-minute or 15-minute fair value gap, and see if maybe there's something there. But I think price could keep going lower here for Bitcoin. It could come and attack this day low down here. And I mean, price is clearly bearish here, and on higher time frames, price is clearly bearish, right? 4 hour looking very bearish, day time frame on Bitcoin looking very bearish, 1 hour looking bearish and a little choppy. So like for me, is it worth trying to catch a falling knife, you know, at this level, or is it probably better to maybe sit on my hands on Bitcoin and not try to take the trade? But Apex right now has such a good deal. Apex has such a good deal right now on. I think it's the cheapest I've ever seen Apex. I think they're trying to compete with TopStep, because I think TopStep is about to get rid of their activation fee, and TopStep will be $50 for an account in total, which is crazy. That's a really good deal. I can't even, I'm trying to log into Apex right now. I can't even log into it. Okay, there we go. There we go. There we go. Now it's working. Okay. I'm interested to see if price comes up to this 5-minute fair value gap on the 1-minute time frame. What is it gonna do? Why is it? Yes, 50K is what I'd recommend you start with, Alio. I would say 50K or 25K. Those would be the only two accounts I'd say I recommend you start with for Apex. I wouldn't go higher than that. There's no need for it. And 50K is my favorite, in my opinion. I think 50K is the better one to get. Like, yeah, like look at this here. Like if price leaves, well, there's this fair value gap right here. All right, we are about to get a fresh 5-minute candle. Okay, we just got a fresh 5-minute candle. We tapped in this 5-minute fair value gap, leaving a wick above this high here. I don't like what I'm seeing here on Bitcoin right now, so I'm just gonna kind of ignore Bitcoin. I'm not really interested in taking any longs right now against this. It could work, but it closed below this low here, and I don't like that on Bitcoin. Nasdaq looks like it's entering a little bit of chop. We failed to displace this low down here, this wick low on this 9:45 a.m. candle, but that to me, I'm not really interested. This would be the more important low to see if price swept. This one down here, the one that's right outside the opening range, that would be the one I would really, if it were to convince me to go long, that would be the one I would want to see a sweep on. So I'm not interested in going long at all here for Nasdaq. I still have more of the bearish bias here. All right, how much? 54 points. Targeting. Yeah, really like. Really, I just take 3 TPs, so to this guy. We'll see what it does here. I might be open to taking a short here out of this 5-minute fair value gap if it comes down to invert at 1 minute. Because I can make plenty, and catching like this move would be 122.25 points. That's a lot. That's a big move. And I would catch that in minutes. Oh, okay. I get it. Thank you. Oh, yeah, in general, yeah. I mean, 50 points. So at that point, right, if you say you're someone who shoots for 30 points, right? I know people who shoot for 30. If you go in with size with a model that's very consistent, 30 points can make you a lot of money. Like, for example, PB Trades. If you guys don't know who PB Trades are, the group like PB Blake and PB Trading, they don't shoot for very big trades. They do like 1-to-1, but he made $54,000 on a very small move. You know, like you don't really need that big of a move to make a good amount of money on Nasdaq. Small moves compound on each other very well. Is that a 5-minute fair value gap? This one up here is, yes. Nice. That's sick. So it looks like price is gonna potentially invert this 5-minute fair value gap, actually. So for me, this is like the next thing I'd want to do. Okay, I want to see if we're gonna come back up here. How does price react to this 5-minute high? Do we get a large rejection? And that would be a key area to potentially go short on. I think price is just trying to. I think price at a very important level here with this day fair value gap. Oh. Let's look at the 1-hour time frame for Nasdaq. Yeah, Nasdaq still looks like it could retrace at least down to the discount of this 1-hour range. But if you go to the higher time frames, right? Higher time frames are more bearish. So like this could be, if we're able to get this short out of this day fair value gap, this could be a really good trade. This could be a really good trade if we're able to catch the proper trade. So for me, this inversion here, if it inverted this fair value gap, would not be valid. For me, it would not be something I'm interested in because this candle here closed above the wick to the left of it, meaning price is continuing to make higher highs with these wicks. So for me, I'm not really, this inversion wouldn't be valid to take a short because of what the 5 minutes kind of is showing. I'd rather wait for potential swing high where it sweeps the swing high. Or actually, is that a swing high? I don't think that can be considered a swing high because it didn't break structure. With this high up here, or can we come to day high? That's the best spot. If we can get to day high, that'd be the one I really, really want. Still not really interested in anything Bitcoin's doing. I'm not really liking what I'm seeing yet. I would kind of want it to really come down to that 15-minute fair value gap if we're to see any kind of bullish momentum. We've inverted this guy. We are in discount of this impulse range for the 15-minute fair value or 15-minute time frame on Bitcoin and 1 hour. So we are in discount of this impulse range, but I want to see I want to see a little bit more before I'm convinced that we're going long on Bitcoin. What's good, Griffin? Hope you're having a great Thursday. Today's a beautiful day. It's another great day to be a day trader. We have one more bullet today for Nasdaq. We've taken 2 trades, so hopefully we can get one more trade opportunity and turn this day around. But also, if we don't, then it's okay. We can always come back during Asia session, hopefully catch a good trade during Asia session and get the day green. Nice, dude. Good job. Good job. Yeah, I want to check ES right now. I want to see what ES looks like. Looks pretty similar. Where's the 930 candle? Here. Yeah, look at that. ES has, I feel like, cleaner structure than Nasdaq does. Dude, look at that. 930. Inverts this fair value up here. Inverts. You could have put a limit order on that inversion. You would have got tapped in. For me, stops would be there. And then you would tackle this. You tackle this target. 2R would have been hit. And then I don't have it marked out, but I'm sure there's more up here. But yeah, you could have caught a nice trade on. Yes. I guess you would have gotten. I would have gotten stopped at break even once the first target got hit. So you would. I mean, it still would have been a green day. But it looks kind of choppy right now on ES and in Q. Yeah, yeah. We need that sweep. We need that sweep. That's what I'm kind of waiting for right now, Griffin. I'm waiting for like either a sweep of this high or my sweet spot's that day high. And then I'm looking to go short here on Nasdaq. But just waiting patiently for the setup to come to me. Oh my gosh. He's just like spamming the buy and sell button. He's like one of those dudes who just full ports, waits for it to go up a couple points, then closes. Full ports, wait for it to go up a couple points, then closes. He's like, dude, all right, easy 1K day. Like, bro, that was the most stressful 3 minutes of my life. Oh, that's funny. That's crazy. Hey, I'll be honest. I've done it before. When I was being stupid, like in the beginning of my trading, I was like, this is a money hack. You literally just put a fat bag on there, wait for it to go up a little bit, then close. You make a couple $100. I've been there. I've been there before when I was, whoa, a long time ago. Oh, that's funny. That's funny. That's a bummer. He was losing all of them. 15 trades is crazy. That's why I think live streaming is so funny because like people who want to do it and like day trade live, like you'll see what they're doing. There's no hiding it. Everyone sees it. And it's good entertainment. No, won't learn anything doing that. Just bad habits. That's all you're learning. Yeah, I just got this funded that I trade right now M and Q. And then my goal, hopefully I can scale it. So I have a scaling strategy for funding accounts. But hopefully once we get to 10 M and Q for the funding, we can move to NQ. Once I get to NQ or 10 M and Q, I'll move to NQ and we'll start trading on NQ. I just like NQ better. I would really like to get to that size. But for me, I have to follow my scaling strategy. It helps protect my funded accounts from blowing them. But also, I guess it doesn't really matter if I just traded M and Q too. The thing I like about trading NQ, yeah, same with GC, yeah. Yeah, on my funded account I trade MGC, but on my evals I trade GC. Which I kind of want to. What's up, Gorov? I kind of want to. Apex is with their sale that's going on right now. I think I want to try to buy a couple, pass them, and then just have funded accounts like in the back pocket. Because I really like the deal right now that they're doing. Yes, M and Q and NQ are the same. M and Q is just what's called micros. NQ is what's called minis. It's just when you're trading minis, you're trading with a lot bigger lot size. When you're trading M and Q or micros, you're trading with a smaller lot size. So like, for example, today's trade, when I took an M and Q trade, I was only risking $300. But if I was on NQ, risking the same contract size, same amount of money, I would be risking like $3,000. Dude, Griffin, that's sick, dude. Bro, if you get a max payout and you, I don't know if you do content or anything, but you post it at me. I want to see it. I want to see that, dude. That's sick. I'm hyped for you. That's my goal. That's my one of my biggest goals in trading that I have for myself is make the Apex leaderboard. Like, you know how they release like every month their top payouts? My goal is to get #1 on that. That's one of my big goals in trading. I first got to be consistent though. Let's go, dude. Yeah, I'll be super stoked for you. I love celebrating with other people when they do that. That's a huge accomplishment. Oh yeah, Apex. Here, I'll show you guys. Well, look, we don't really have anything going on right now. Let's see Bitcoin. Yeah, I don't really like this. It closed below this M15 low. I'm just not really liking Bitcoin right now. Again, I want to wait. So I'll show you guys the Apex leaderboard right now. You can go on their Twitter profile is usually where they post it. And you go, let's see, they should have just posted one recently. Yeah, October. #1 is $1.1 million paid out to Candace. Candace. #2 is 300K. I like to make it on. They're from Hong Kong, right? HK, is that Hong Kong? Where's HK? I don't know what HK is. Holy, I know, right? I bet they were at a level where it's like, hey, you either go to live account or we pay you out your lump sum, and I bet they took the payout, which is the smart play. But yeah, my goal is to hit in the leaderboard on Apex. Even being in the top 10 on Apex is good. Oh, jeez, dude. That's a bummer. I'm sorry, dude. All right. Nasdaq is hitting into this M5 high. Let's see how it reacts here. Let's see if we get a large rejection here, or are we gonna push through to day high? Which, in my opinion, I'd prefer us to push the day high. That's where I would prefer. I think the biggest I've seen, yeah, getting a payout is, yeah, you're in the top 3.5% of traders if you're able to even just get a payout. Let's see. We need to wait for this 5-minute candle to close. So in the next minute and 5 seconds. But we'll see how it reacts to this 5-minute high. And see if it gives us an opportunity here or not. Yeah, that's what I thought. All right, 44 seconds. If it inverts this fair value gap, we're going to be taking a stab at a short here. But honestly, I kind of hope it doesn't. I still think it's going to go higher. 15-minute order block? Yeah. Let's see. Yep. Yeah. There's a couple potentially. $6,801 looks good for shorts on MES. Let's see. Oh, why did I do that? Yeah, that's probably like a day high for MES. I don't have it marked out, but that's probably like very similar to like NQ, how it has this day high up here. Yeah, we haven't inverted it yet. Again, we didn't close above this large wick here at this 5-minute high. If we close through this inversion or this fair value gap, I'll be open to taking a short here. How much time do we got left on this 5-minute? 3.5 minutes. There's like no 5-minute displacement on this entire move up. You're looking for longs right now? No. See that 15-minute? Yeah, I think I might be patient for that day high. I just don't like the idea. Like, I think that day high is going to be the liquidity. I think I'm going to skip out on this one. I just don't. I think it's going to go that day high. That's the sweet spot. And it's not even inverting it. Yeah, with this 15-minute time frame, the way that it just like potentially is creating this order block, the failure to displace these lows, right? See what it does at this high. This 5-minute looks like it's going to push through this high too. I think it's smart to wait here and be patient. It could. I mean, yeah, like, right? Like, this could be the moment. There's a lot of things that could be a catalyst right now for Nasdaq to start ripping up too and just being bearish again. Or bullish, I mean, sorry. You broke back out of the opening range too, leaving fair value gaps on Nasdaq also, and it seems to be respecting bullish order flow. Right, you have this bullish fair value gap down here that price seems to be respecting very nicely. You have this fair value gap here that price seems to be respecting. So price in this area seems to be respecting bullish momentum. And there's kind of a lack of bearish displacement. So again, I'd rather be patient here. Nice. Yeah, this would be I think I would agree on that. The way that it just respected all this bearish these bearish or bullish footprints, I mean, I think it's a good target to maybe even go to that day high on NQ. Yeah. And the way I think the key indicator for me is the way that it just respected this lower fair value gap, which is the fair value gap that displaced outside of the opening range after price broke out, right? So this is an important fair value gap here, and the way that price just wicked out of that, yeah, it looks bullish. You're getting there. It'll come. You got it, Daves. Yeah, but being able to take a loss is like one of the biggest things in trading. If you can like master that, right? Take a loss and then stay level headed. Like, it's still something I'm figuring out. I feel like I've gotten much better at it, but like even on stream, you guys have seen me when I'm taking a loss and all of a sudden I'm just like, dude, my head's not in the right place. I'm getting frustrated. I'm getting mad at, oh dang. Nice. Good job, Griffin. Let's go. But yeah, taking a loss on day trading is a is a skill to master for sure. Yeah. That comes down to, right, your own personal discipline to lock yourself out. That's hard. I'm watching this on NQ. I want to see, do we leave fair value up here? I'm still not convinced. Maybe that is the move. Let's see. There's an inversion right there. So that would have hit. It's okay though. I don't want to rush anything here. All right, looks like that was a good trade opportunity. Okay. I was a little hesitant here because I wanted to see if it's price going to go up to this day high, right? That's the sweet spot. And it looks like I think this is going to be actually where it does it. So we might have missed this trade. We definitely did. This would have been the trade. So we missed it. It's okay. But we know we can trust that for next time. My target would be pretty much that 5-minute low. We would take this. Let's see if we hit targets. First TP would have been like this 1-minute low. We would hit there. This 1 minute low, we're probably going to hit. So yeah, looks like we are. This one hit. And then this one would be the third one at this 5 minute low here. Not right now. I trade gold. I like trading gold during Asia session. Right now, I focus in on Nasdaq and Bitcoin during New York session. Yeah, I think that was the trade. Okay, I'm gonna do a trade journal on this. Well, I'm gonna let it first see if we hit all the targets, and then if we do, I'm gonna take a screenshot, trade journal it, and know for next time. We trust that even when it hits that high, we still trust it. So this is good data for us for next time. That's just the two I like. Nasdaq, I think, moves really well during New York session. Bitcoin is just an account I really like to trade during New York session. I have a $5,000 account and a crypto exchange that I day trade. And I don't like to look at too many assets at one time during a session. For me, it's a lot to look at more than two. So I like to just limit myself. I look at two max. Ideally, it's one. If I can just lock in on one, it's even better. So like when I trade Asia session, I only look at Bitcoin and gold, and I just trade those. And gold's been very good to me during Asia session, like the past like month. So I'm like really liking gold, and haven't had an issue. So like I just don't think it's worth, trading too much at a time. Yeah, okay. Looks like this is gonna work. This. And do this. Add text. TP. This. This. And this guy. All right, we'll see if we hit them all. Is this a live account? This one, both of these are live accounts, yes. You can see up here at the top on my top step, if you want to fact check me, it's a 50K Express. 50K Express means it's an XFA account, which is a live account with Top Step. No, or not a live account. It's a funded account. Sorry. Bitcoin, though, is a live account. That is live funds. Those are funds that I have that I actually live trade. And I could withdraw at any moment. But this one on Top Step is a funded account. So I'm not on a live account. It is a funded account. Bummer. But hey, it's working. Beautiful trade, though. Beautiful trade. How does it work after you pass the $50? So once you get past the eval on Top Step, you then go into a funded account, and then your goal is just to scale it. So your monthly cost goes away once you get funded. So at $50 a month goes away. You pay your activation fee, and then once you pay the activation fee, you will then get a 50K, funded account. And then once you have your 50K funded account, like for your balance will start at 0 and your max loss limit goes to $2,000, just like the eval. So you can't lose more than $2,000 in that account, and you can scale it up. So what I recommend, which a lot of people don't do, I recommend in evals you trade Nasdaq, so NQ. In funded accounts you trade MNQ, which is the smaller contract size, and you do what's called a scaling strategy. So a scaling model would be, for me, I start with 3 MNQ and I scale as I get profit in the account. So I cannot add a contract to my position size until I hit $500 or more in the account in profit. Every $500 I can add a contract. So once I hit $1,000 in the account in profit, I can go to 5 MNQ on my contract size. So yeah, that's the, and then you can get payouts. So if you get 5 days of $150 or more in profit, you can request a payout on 50%, up to 50% of whatever is in your profit balance. Now, I've learned this lesson the hard way. Don't take out 50% of your profits if you're not over like $2,500 or more, because your balance then goes to 0, and then whatever's left in your account after the payout is what your drawdown is. I took a payout at like $700. I took a 50% payout, and I didn't realize I only left myself $300 in drawdown, and I blew my funded account. I thought my maximum loss limit would stay at like the negative 1,700, but it didn't. So yeah, it's okay. We learned. It's a lesson learned. Now that I can teach people so they don't do the same thing, and I've learned myself, and now hopefully I can be better. And you know, this funded account that we're doing now, we're gonna scale it. So I'm not gonna take a payout probably until I'm over $2,500 in profit, and I'll probably take like a $500 payout. Yeah, let me know if you guys ever have questions. That's why I do these live streams. I'll be honest with you guys, I'm not like a perfectly profitable trader. I'm still on my learning journey. I'm not consistently profitable, because if I was, I'd be consistently pulling in payouts. But my goal is, what I do know and what I am good at is I can pass evals very quickly. I can get a top step account eval passed in 2 days. And if you don't believe it, I can show you my evals. I can show you the stats on them. I know how to pass an eval. I know how to get that done. I know how prop firms work, and I know the rules. And that's where I can help you guys. So I've been able to take one payout. So I've been like 2 weeks ago, I was able to lock in a payout at a top step, using that same model that I just showed you guys or shared with you guys. So my goal is to just now consistently grow this one, and then be able to take a payout every 2 weeks. I've been trading for 2 years now. So I'm on my almost 2 years. January 2026 will be 2 years. Nice. Good. Yeah. You can do it. You got it. But I think I've really, like, it sounds like you guys are kind of new to my content, but I have a trading model called the 1 minute kill shot, and it is by far the best trading model I've ever done. The trade you see right now that I didn't take because I was kind of hoping for higher prices before I took it, is a 1 minute kill shot. It's excellent. It's excellent. It's been my bread and butter for the past couple months, and it's been really, really good for me. I have a lot of content, and today I'm gonna do a trading recap. And the trading recap today is going to be less of like recapping my trades I took, and more just diving into my trading model and everything about it. So today you guys will get on my YouTube channel a deep dive into my 1 minute kill shot of everything I look for in that model, of how to properly use it. So if you want, go subscribe to my YouTube channel. I'm going to be posting that very soon. Today, I'll be doing it. October. Oh, okay, nice. You're fresh into the trading, into your trading journey. I love it. Thank you guys for the likes on the stream. I really appreciate you guys. Thank you for the follows too. To Romy, Veronica, ETD, PRC in trades. I really appreciate you guys. Thank you. I hope this is helpful. There we go. Okay, all 3 targets were hit on this trade. So all the guys that just joined the stream who are newer into trading, this is something you should be doing every single day. What I'm going to do, right? I faded this trade, which was a very good setup for me in regards to my model. And what I'm going to do is trade journal it. And you guys should be doing this. Trade number 3, I faded. And we're going to journal this. And of how it was a picture perfect setup and it hit every target. Okay. MNQ failed to displace a M5 high. I was more focused on the day high above and ignored. What am I doing? Ignored this trade. It was a perfect setup and hit all TP targets. Next time, just execute. Okay, hang on. So I trade journal. I put a picture in here. I let notes on what I was thinking, what I kind of messed up on, right? But it's okay. We're always going to get another trade, right? Don't beat yourself up if you miss something like this. I've used to beat myself up about how much do I risk per trade to pass eval on a 50K account. Aleo, I say you just try to trade with 3 in queue and don't really like for me. So I'm a very aggressive eval trader. I basically don't put a stop loss. I put it in when I get a trade setup I really like, I put in 3 in queue and I just let it either get funded or not. That's my strategy for evals. Now, if you want to like go a little slower, 1% of the count or 2% of the count is what people kind of recommend on an eval. What broker do you use? I use Top Step right here on this one, and then on my crypto is BLOFIN. I'll be right back, guys. I'm going to say bye to my daughter and my wife. All right, sorry, I'm back. Do I have to pay extra if I want to pass in one day? No. Apex that's their rule. Apex is a pass in one day prop firm. So you don't have to pay extra for that. That just comes with the account. Yeah, evals, in my opinion, you should be quick with them because if you take too long, you're wasting money, right? And you kind of want to be faster, in my opinion. I think you want to be faster. Now, I think there's a way to be wise with it, right? Wait for those really good setups. Yeah, dude, that Bitcoin is diving right now. It's broken through that 115-minute fair value gap I was looking at. It looks like it's going to just continue to the downside. Oh, guys, look at Nasdaq. It's so beautiful. Nasdaq, like, I think in Nasdaq, really, you could target London low. Oh my gosh, dude. Nasdaq did it. Oh, man. The thing I'm loving about this, right? It's a little bit of a bummer I missed this trade. It's a bummer I missed the trade, right? But what I really like is I'm getting really confident in my analysis. If you guys remember in the beginning of the stream, if you were here, I told you guys I wanted the price to go up to day fair value gap. I want to see how price reacts, and then I want to see it reject from that level. And it did that. And so I'm getting really confident in my analysis. I'm starting to really, I've been putting in the time, I've been putting in the effort to get better at it, and I think it's paying off. And Top Step, you can't pass the 50K eval in 2 days anymore. No, I think I think that's pretty normal. Did they change it? You could pass a toss-up eval in 1 day. There's a way to do it. You could pass it in 1 day. I know TopStep is changing something. TopStep is changing. Something's coming for TopStep. I don't know. Let's see if they updated their website yet. They keeps, we didn't even touch daily gap. Yeah, we did. Yes, we did. This is the daily fair value gap right here. We tapped into it on Nasdaq. If you don't believe me, go to the daytime frame. Day fair value gap right here. This is the daytime frame. You have this day fair value gap right here. We tapped into it, and now we're rejecting off of it. Little bro is crazy. No activation fee. Is that what it is? Have they gotten rid of it? Let's see. Something big is coming soon. Catch the reveal on our socials and Top Step. Okay, they haven't announced it. I think it's no activation fee too. Which, if it's no activation fee, they will be the cheapest in the industry for 50K. They'll be $50 a month, or $50 all in, which is the cheapest, unless they change that price. But yeah, they'll be the Apex right now. I think is the cheapest. Use code Maniac. I shorted on the market open, looking to take previous day low. Nice. I love it, Alio. I'm still waiting for a second entry on Nas. Yeah. Yeah. Nas, I kind of missed the entry. So for me, I'm probably done trading the Nasdaq. I missed that one. I'm not going to try to trace it for me. Thank you for the follow. I don't know. They don't really have a date. They just say watch socials. So they're going to announce it on the socials. That week means nothing after a new intermediate high was made. You're calling rejection on an old low. I mean, price is telling you you're wrong right now. So I just watch what the candlesticks tell me, and candlesticks tell me it rejected that 5-minute high and immediately impulse and displace the downside, saying it's respecting that day for value up to the downside. So the candlesticks are telling me that they're saying it's respecting it. Yeah. I agree. It might be smart to wait because you could save quite a bit of money on a Top Step account if they do take away activation fees. Yeah, it's a beautiful trade. I think Nasdaq. So Nasdaq is ripping down the London low right now. But in reality, this would be a sweet spot right down here. This 15-minute fair value gap and discount range here. If it goes there, that's 400 points today. If it decides to actually rip down to that 15-minute fair value gap I have marked out, that'd be in discount of that range. That's a crazy move. Bitcoin too. Bitcoin's ripping down. Bitcoin's disrespecting all these bullish levels. And looks like Bitcoin. The bummer thing is we had the right bias on Bitcoin and the right analysis. It just never gave us a short opportunity. I'm kind of bummed on that. Let's go, Sean. Good job, dude. I'm bummed that Bitcoin never gave us a short opportunity. Because I think Bitcoin's going to be going down this day low at least today. And then there's also this day fair value up below us that I think it will attack. Thank you, Zoe, for following. I appreciate you. Okay, yeah, prices disrespected all these lows. Really good price action. Maybe price will come and retrace up, but honestly, at this point, for me, this was the trade I was kind of waiting for. And I faded it because I was too focused on this day high up here. And And the fact that we missed it, for me, now I have to sit on my hands and be a disciplined trader and sit out. So for me, I'm kind of I'm gonna call it for Nasdaq today, and I'm gonna come back during gold session during Asia, and that'll be to trade gold, and maybe we can turn this day around. What you trading on chart, sir? This chart here is on Nasdaq, and we're on Top Step. How long have you been trading? I've been trading for 2 years now. New York, I think I understood your question. Let's delete all these levels here on Bitcoin. Yeah, Bitcoin's gonna rip down. Oh, dude, Bitcoin is going crazy. Is it micro trading or mini? This is micro Nasdaq, MNQ. So I will say this, Bitcoin did give me a 1 minute kill shot, but it was pre-market. It was on this 8:30 a.m. candle. I just wasn't at the charts at that time. That was when that red fuller news came out. So it did give a 1 minute kill shot. I just wasn't here for it. It was at right here. It was a picture perfect one. Like a huge rejection wick. And you go down to the 1 minute, it inverted a fair value gap right after that wick. So Bitcoin did give a 1 minute kill shot. It was just way before I was at the market or at the charts. What strategy do you use? 1 minute kill shot is my strategy I've created. Tony, thank you so much for the follow. Where did you lived? I'm on the West Coast, so I'm on like Pacific Standard Time. Quick recap. Oh yeah, I can give you also future millionaires. Today I'm gonna do a trade recap, also diving into my entire strategy. So if you want to go subscribe to my YouTube channel, I'm gonna give you like a really good breakdown of my trading model. I've been getting a lot of people asking for it, and so I'm gonna give that today. Really deep dive into it. But let's break it down real fast. So really, you got to start from the day time frame, right? You really got to pay attention to the day time frame. We had this day fair value gap. When I got to the charts, the day candle was like right up here, very bullish looking. So for me, I knew I wanted to see price come attack this day fair value gap and then see if it gives me any kind of bearish rejection. Okay. Let's go, Alio. Let's go, dude. So I wanted to see, do we get some kind of rejection, right? We also had this impulse range on the 1 hour, right? Very strong bullish momentum to the upside. Price is going to want to retrace down to discount, right? And the higher time frame, day and 4 hour, are still looking very bearish. So bias is bearish. That's going to be the better move for the day. But it doesn't mean we can't take a long, right? Which we did get a long opportunity. Okay. Price at market open failed to displace these lows. We were able to catch a long. We did end up a little red because I messed it up. We did end up negative $254, but actually we should have been green. But because I messed it up, it caused it to go red. Frustrating, but it happens. The better trade, though, was this bearish 1 minute kill shot that's set up, right? Remember, we're looking for price to go to that day for value gap when we remember the higher time frame bias. We have this 5 minute high here. Price comes up to that 5 minute high, fails to close above it, and leaves wicks above it. Okay, so for me, as soon as I see price failing to displace that high, I come down to the 1 minute, look for the first inverse fair value gap, and you have two options. Put a limit order at the bottom of that inverse fair value gap and see if you get tapped in, or just market sell. And then you just look for that trade, and then you target liquidity. You can target, there's a couple options that you can target: liquidity, 2R, or like higher time frame points of interest. Like you know, this London low, Asia low, which you would have hit both of those, which is nuts. Discount of that impulse range. Yeah. I didn't make any money today because I faded this trade. I faded it. I was paying too much attention to this day high up here, and I was focused on that instead of actually just executing on the failure to displace this 5-minute high. But I trade journaled, right? Number 3, I trade journaled the one I faded. So the next time we're just going to execute. I'm not even going to, if it's giving it to me, I'm just going to execute. Win rate. I've been working on backtesting and getting like actual legit data. I don't really have like good data on it right now because I haven't been trading it very long, but I'm doing some backtesting sessions to get really good data on it so then I can provide like win rates and stuff. But I don't really have like a win rate right now. I know it's over 50%. It would be my guess. Like we're at like around 60%. But I want to get, I only use one strategy. Yep, I do not use multiple strategies right now. And it's the 1-minute kill shot. Until I get really comfortable with this one, I won't, you know, go to a different strategy. But I have used other strategies in the past that work well also. Like Sean is using one of them. I think he's using one of the ones I kind of shared in one of my videos. The order block one. There's also like, I call it the 5-minute trigger for inverse fair value gaps on the 5-minute. There's sniper's trap for some of the order blocks. And just higher time for points of interest on the 5-minute. But my 1-minute kill shot's my favorite. It's been really good. If you go to my YouTube, I have a video on how to pass an apex in one trade, and I give 3 trading models in that video. Peter, thank you for the follow. I appreciate you. But today I'm gonna give I just gave a quick explanation on the 1-minute kill shot, but today on I'm gonna create a better one on YouTube so you guys can go back, watch it, learn, and then like really utilize it for yourselves. Nice. Okay. I love it. I love it, Sean. Ibrahim, thank you so much for the follow. I appreciate you guys. Dang, I just realized we're at over 1,000 likes on the stream. Over 600 people have viewed. Dude, our stream is fun today, dude. Freedom, thank you for the follow. For Lee, thank you so much for the follow. Banger trade opportunity here. I love the 1-minute kill shot, dude. It's so fun. The one, so I want to make the, I just follow you. Thank you so much. One thing I want to make clear with the 1-minute kill shot, there's only 3 assets I know it works with. Nasdaq, gold, and Bitcoin. Those are the 3 I use it with. So I wouldn't recommend using it on everything, though it probably should work because it just takes, you know, ranges and, you know, inverse fair value gaps and liquidity sweeps and stuff like that. But what is an M5 high? M5 high is a 5-minute high that was formed. So for example, when we go to this 5-minute, right, at market open, price came up, made this wick high here. There's a wick high in this fair value gap. Price came back down, came back up, hit that high again, but failed to displace it, right? It the wicks are above it, but not the candle bodies. And that's what liquidity sweep. What is your weekly payout if you don't mind telling us? We're working on scaling this right now, so I don't have a weekly payout right now. I'm gonna show you guys every day on my live stream of us scaling this to get weekly payouts, so you guys will see it all live. What was your entry based off of? My daily bias and then my confluences on taking the trade. So daily bias was bearish. We knew this fair value gap was up here, and then confluence was the 5-minute liquidity sweep and then 1-minute inverse fair value gap. Why do you think price did a resweep of external before making the big move? Price will always do that, Mel. So it won't always do that. Sometimes it does what's called a V-shaped recovery, right? Which would be it never returns back to that high. But most of the time, price will come down, come back up, sweep, and then move, right? So that's like smart money concept. So the big banks, right? The big hedge funds or the people with the biggest amount of money, they got to get their orders filled. So they'll push the market down, causing people to go long, trapping them. Then they'll come back up, sweep those orders, and then go back down. And so my concept is I don't want to get stopped out. I want to wait for them to manipulate one more time, and then I'll catch that trade. I caught the first small dump, but I was looking for the big dump we're looking at now. Yeah. So for me, that's why that I wasn't convinced this first dump was good enough. I wanted to see it come back up, sweep that external range liquidity, then move back down, which means it's trapping. One, it's trapping these sellers to capture some orders, and then it's going to trap the longs that went long here after it failed to displace this low, who got tricked that we should go long now, and it's going to trap them, and that's where you get this really aggressive move. What are you trade? Yeah, this is Nasdaq, MNQ. Price internal sweep, it's lows, but higher time frame it had it. Yes, this is Nasdaq. Discretional trading, good work, brother. Thank you. Thank you. Are you in a trade? No, I'm not in a trade. This was what would have been our trade, but I hesitated, and I was too focused on the wrong level. This is 5-minute time frame. But really, the higher time frame bias is what really gave me the confidence for a trade like this. I know, right? It's always the big trade where you're like, oh, I don't know. I should just executed. Like we would only have been risking 32 points. Like I should have just executed. I do not trade on 2 minutes. I trade on 5-minute and 1 minute. This is MNQ. You can see on the top left-hand corner of this. The setup was the 1 minute kill shot. I've kind of explained it several times. I don't want to keep repeating myself for the people who've been in here, but if you subscribe to my YouTube channel, I will be posting a video today deep diving into the setup so you guys can use it for later. So I'd recommend go subscribing to my YouTube channel, because I'm going to post that later today after we're done with stream. YouTube link is in my bio. But thank you guys so much for following and watching and hanging out. But it's important too of like paying attention to those impulse ranges, right? Day time frame has an impulse range here that what I was paying attention to. If you guys don't know what an impulse range is, you definitely need to know what that is if you're trying to be successful in trading. That's been one of my biggest like learning, kind of like light bulb moments, is really paying attention to those impulse ranges and taking advantage of them and waiting for price to get to a level I want within that range. And that's what I'm going to kind of dive in today's video, is impulse ranges, because that's like probably the most important thing for this model is the impulse range. Thank you guys so much for the follow. I appreciate Blue Collar Boy, Belson, Central C, Tyrone. Thank you guys so much for all the follows. We do these live streams. So for those, I see we're getting a lot of new people here this morning. We do these live streams every single day, Monday through Friday at market open. So it looks like we're getting a lot of new people who are looking for day trading advice and setups and you know, confluences and stuff. We do these live streams every single day at market open, Monday through Friday. So if you want to join in, you want to come tag into these live streams, we do these every day. So don't miss out on them. I try to help out as best I can with everyone. Smiley, thank you for the follow. Dumb, thank you. Stormlord. Cody, thank you for sharing. I appreciate you guys. Thank you so much. And we do daily content, like a bunch of... What future is this? This is Micro Nasdaq, MNQ. Bitcoin is beautiful. Bitcoin came down to day low, smacked it. I'm just bummed Bitcoin didn't give us a setup like it did on Nasdaq. I would not be looking for longs at this point, in my opinion. You're going to be trying to catch a falling knife. I would need to see something pretty obvious to want to go long right now on Nasdaq. I do not think longs are a smart move here. Because again, right, this move down, this move you see on Nasdaq right now, this very strong downward move, isn't in line with the higher time frame bias, which would mean if it's in line with the higher time frame bias, where could price go on a day time frame. Price will want to come and attack these day lows down here. And there's this weekly fair value gap below us. So there's a lot of liquidity that could be very strong to push price all the way down to these levels. So I'd just be careful trying to catch what I call a falling knife. It'll cut you. Unless you have a model that works with, you know, retracements, I don't even think that would, it's just not smart. I don't think it's not smart at all to try to catch this. We are in discount of this hour range. But still, I don't think it would be smart to try to catch something here. The only level I would maybe think that could be good to go long is in this 15-minute fair value gap. But I would need to see, essentially what price did up here, I would need to see down here where price does this. I would need to see price come into this fair value gap, push up, come back down, sweep that low, and then displace off of that. That's what I would need to see. And it would need to be obvious, just like it did up here on this short. You basically want to invert what it did up here. And be patient. Don't rush setups. Let setups come to you. Don't force a setup. One of the biggest things, if you can conquer FOMO with trading and not letting FOMO dictate whether you take a trade or not, that's a huge jump in progress. Don't let FOMO decide whether or not you're going to take a trade. It's not worth it. Every time I FOMO'd into a trade, I've every time lost money. Thank you guys so much for joining. I appreciate you guys. We're at over almost 1,000 people in stream this morning. Let's go, dude. That's like a record, I think, for TikTok. That's, I think, one of my records. Let's go. I love it. That's why I love live streaming and trading. What trade did you take and lose? I messed it up. So it actually wasn't a losing trade, but I messed it up. There was a trade over here to go long to target this day fair value gap. And I went long and I moved stops to the wrong spot. So I moved stops to this level here on this 1 minute displacement candle, and it tapped me out to then run to my target. So I was bummed. So it left me red, a little red there. And I took 2 trades. So we were red over $300, but then I took a second trade after I saw price respecting this 1 minute fair value gap. Went long to target the 5 minute high here, and I was able to take off like 120 something bucks off the loss, so that we're negative 254 for the day. And then I was waiting for price to hit this day high and ignored my setup here, and that was a mistake. And so we trade journaled it. So as you can see, this is my trade journal. I trade every trade, every pre-market analysis, every post-market analysis. I journal it. So then tomorrow, when we come back, I'll review my trades. I'll review my journal and say, what did I do wrong yesterday that I should not do again today? So tomorrow, we're not going to fade a setup if it sets it up like this. We're going to take it. We're not going to be stupid that way. So it's a lesson learned. And it's a big lesson learned because this would have gotten us green for the day. Very green for the day. But it was a picture perfect 1 minute kill shot setup. I should have just executed, but it's okay. We're learning from it. Well, that's fine for your predictions. We're still there. Thank you, Jerry. I appreciate it. Yeah, that's right. I'm still in my trading journey, right? We're going to get hundreds of more trades, if not thousands of more trades in my journey, right? This one trade isn't going to define the rest of my trading journey, right? So what we can do, instead of letting it get us all pissed off, let us revenge trade or whatever, we can take the lesson learned from it and apply it to tomorrow so we're better, right? Because I mean, this learning journey it's a slow growth process, and you got to take the wins when you can. And for me, the win today is I read the market to a T. I was able to have clear analysis able to understand it properly. And that's the win today. And I'm really excited about that. And this loss here, right, a negative $254 day, that's something we can easily come back from, right? That's not something that we can't recover, like we can't not recover from. Yeah, I love it, dude. I love it. Nice, dude. 1K in your, so it looks like you're up 1,000. Thank you so much for, looks like someone just followed. Thank you so much for the follow. Only here for her. Thank you so much for the follow. I appreciate you. How long have you been trading, Jerry? Stoked for you that you got express funded. You didn't trade that break and retest? No, I didn't. I don't trade break and retest. My model's a little different, so I only trade my model. I do not trade other models. Let's go, dude. First combine September 6th, and you're funded in November. That's awesome, man. Congratulations. Now road to that payout. Do you do STMS? What is STMS? Do you mean SMTs? What are you trading? This is Nasdaq. I just got my first payout on TradeFi. Let's go, dude. Let's go. TradeFi payout's great. I usually trade 3 assets: Bitcoin, gold, and Nasdaq. Those are my 3. What are you trading? Nasdaq. This on the screen here is Nasdaq. On the left of the screen, if you turn your phone horizontal, we're trading Bitcoin, and those are the 2 assets we trade. And then during Asia session, I trade gold. If I end this month above 20K on demo, I will start MX. Let's go, Sean. Good job. Good patience. I love that you're like willing to put in the effort beforehand before you just dive into your funded journey. It will literally make you so much more confident when you go into that. I love it. What's your strategy? It's called the 1 minute kill shot. I'm going to be posting a video today on YouTube that will give you the complete breakdown of my strategy. So go subscribe to my YouTube channel. Once we're done with this live, I'll be creating it and we're going to post it. Do you go live for every session? Not every session. Today, I think I'm going to go live for Asia. Thursdays, I usually can go live for Asia, so I'll go live. But I do go live every single day during New York, so you can always count on that. But I don't go live every time during Asia because sometimes work's in the way or things like that. But today, I think I'm going to go live during Asia. Do you think it can go down to 68.75? See you in Asia. Kind of mad I missed those shorts. I know. Me too, Envy. It's okay, though. We'll get it back. What's your strat? It's called the 1 minute kill shot. If you go to my TikTok, there's a post pinned up that breaks it down. I also have a video I just posted yesterday that kind of dives into it on my TikTok. But today I'm going to go on YouTube and I'm going to give you guys a really good breakdown of the model, so you guys can have that. So go subscribe to my YouTube channel. I'm going to really give you the complete breakdown so you guys can take advantage of it and copy the model. I recommend, if you're going to take it though and copy it, the only way it's going to benefit you is if you back test it and actually practice, right? Just like if you guys play a sport, you know, like for me, I used to play soccer a lot. I've kicked a soccer ball thousands and thousands of times, right? To where I don't have to think when I kick that ball. You should be doing the same thing with your day trading. If you learn a model, if you learn something that's going to help you, make money, you got to put in the reps. So when it comes time to executing on the charts, you don't even have to think, you just execute. I don't do signals. Curto. Yeah, you're welcome, King Lex. I hope this has been helpful. I hope you guys are finding value in this. That's my goal, is that I can give back to everybody watching and give them value and help them in their learning journey, because I'm in my learning journey. And so if we can use each other like iron sharpens iron and, be better as a whole, why not? Thank you guys so much for the follow. Metal, User King Lex, Cole Bader, Factual. Thank you for taking the time to teach us. Yeah. Is that gold? This is not gold. This is Nasdaq. I don't look at gold during New York. I prefer watching Nasdaq during New York. I think it just gives way bigger moves and way better opportunities, in my opinion. Not saying gold is not good during New York. I think gold is still really good during New York session. But for me, I like to focus in on Bitcoin and Nasdaq during New York, and Bitcoin and gold during Asia. Oh, thank you, Sean. Okay, I'll take that into note. Yeah. I think it needs a good sound effect. Okay. I could definitely do that. Yeah, sometimes my shorts, I have to make them so fast because I'm like just running in throughout the day trying to get it. But I like it when I'm able to like really put effort into the short that I'm making. I think they're better. Is Nasdaq an index? Yes. Right? Nasdaq's an index. It's so funny. I trade all it. Is Nasdaq an index? I'm pretty sure it is. An indice, right? Yeah, it's an indice. Yeah. For me, Asia starts at 1800 Eastern Standard Time, right? So for me, in my time, in Pacific Standard Time, that is 1500 hours. So 3 p.m. my time, Eastern or Pacific Standard Time. I did not catch the whole move on live. No. So in reality, this was this is where I thought price was going to go. I said I think price will go to this 15-minute unfilled fair value gap, which is also in discount of this 1 hour range. I said I think we could target that. But in reality, if I was really in this trade, I would have never held to this. I would have taken targets at 1 minute swing lows, 5 minute swing lows, and 15-minute swing lows. What time is Asia? 1800 hours Eastern Standard Time is Asia. I use prop firms. So this is Top Step. And so I really like prop firms. Top Man, that's a sick trade, dude. If you just caught half of that move, I mean, even just half of that move is 200 something points. I mean, the target we had for here to that 15-minute fair guy is 428.75 points. And it's even further. It's going even further, dude. 512.5 points on this move that we just watched. Oh, I'm sorry, Aiden, dude. I'm so sorry. Those are bad days. Those are frustrating days. Honestly, I think this Nasdaq move can target this day low down here. But I don't know. I mean, we got to watch to see what price tells us, right? So the candlesticks right now are showing that it really wants to displace lower to these 15-minute lows and these day lows. But you got to watch what the candlesticks tell you, because if it wants to stop here at this 15-minute fair value gap, you need to be aware of that and not just be stuck in the bias of it just wants to go lower. Yeah, that's great, Top Man. We don't need to be greedy. My TP was greedy enough. No news. No news. Just price action. What happened was it hit into a day fair value gap at a key level and then continued that momentum. Yesterday, so the best way to find yesterday's close is going to the day time frame. We're already below yesterday's close. Okay, so that's right here. But the low of yesterday was this day low wick, and I think that's where we're kind of targeting. It's going great, dude. It's going great. It's a really good morning. There was news at 5:30 a.m., but not at this time. There was no news. The news was at 5:30 a.m., way before market open. What tool are you using? I don't really use any tools. What do you mean by tool? Tech9. I want to be able to help you real fast. Do you mean this tool? Let's go, Reggie. Let's go, dude. Did you make it on this short? This is a banger short, dude. Uh, I I don't really know much, so I'll just be honest with you guys. I don't really know much about ICT. I know he's like one of the big traders that a lot of people listen to. But I think some of my concepts are ICT. Like I do inverse fair value gaps, liquidity sweeps, which I think are ICT concepts, but I think they're also just normal trading concepts. So I don't really know. Oh, I just use like a line. So when I mark out these lows, I just use like a horizontal ray. Like one of these. I just use a horizontal ray to mark them out. And I put a little text there. What fundamental tools mixed with technicals do you use? I like to use liquidity sweeps, inverse fair value gaps, and then ranges. Ranges are my are what have really helped me. So impulse ranges. Yeah, these are all my markings. They're not. I don't have like an indicator. These are just markings of London lows, Asia lows. You know, swing highs, lows. Any calls right now? I would say the best call is sit on your hands until this is a falling knife. Like, don't try to chase this. Don't try to be the dude who tries to go long. Like this is a time where you sit on your hands and you wait and be patient. This is Nasdaq. What's the M5 high? M5 high was up here. We kind of missed it. If you're looking at it now, you've missed it. But this was the M5 high up here that swept this high here. So let me move this out of the way real quick. Oh, wrong one. Let me move this out of the way. See how this high here was formed? Price moved down, then came back up, failed to displace it, and then gave a sharp rejection off of it. That's your M5 high that you want to be trading, that you want to be paying attention to. And then I go down to the 1 minute, and I look for the first inverse fair value gap, which it gave you right there. You could either market sell or put a sell limit on the inverse fair value gap. I did not. We had it marked out because I was paying attention to it. I was too focused on this day high, but this is my model. So if I would have executed, which I wish I would have, in hindsight, I trade journaled it that hopefully next time we'll execute better and execute on it, but I didn't. Nice, dude. Sean, holy smokes. Yes, this prior high on the 5 minute was taken out though. And the way for me is I do not want to see a 5 minute candle close above that high. That is what confirms me that it's failing to displace it. It's on Nasdaq. Just started getting into trades. How can I predict changes like this in the market? You can never predict. Okay, JR, I just want to say that. First, don't think I predicted this. Okay, I did not predict this. I did an analysis that was correct, right? But the best way, if you want to be a trader who's going to be successful, is you're not predicting, you're reacting to what the candles are giving you. Okay, so for me, I'm not predicting that price is going to go here. I'm going to react to when price gets to levels. What does it show me? What is it giving me? And how do I react to those, right? And my model will help me execute the proper reaction to what the candles are giving me. Does that make sense? I don't like the word predicting because I think people then will come to me and say, this guy can predict the future of what the market's going to do, because that's not at all what I do. That's not what any day trader does. What they do is they just react to what the candles are giving you. That is what a good trader does. And for me, this reaction, that 5 minute failed to displace, then the 1 minute disrespected any bullish momentum to the upside, is a reaction I'm going to give to the market saying, okay, I'm going to trust this reaction that it's going to go lower. No, this candle did not close above the prior high. So if you see this green, let's zoom in way in on this. If you see this green line, that's the high. It never closed above it. See how the wicks just went above, but it never closed above it. If it would have closed above it, that's a complete invalidation for me. Let me see if I'm missing anything. This is on Nasdaq. How to join. Oh, I see. Yeah, I hope that was helpful. I hope that was helpful. of like an explanation, but yeah. For me, with Bitcoin dropping, it just fundamentally means that it's breaking a day low. For me, again, I want to sit on my hands until it gets that day fair value gap. So if you guys look on my screen on my Bitcoin screen, there's a big day fair value gap below us, and price right now is disrespecting that day low. For me, I would not want to do anything on Bitcoin until it hits this day fair value gap. I don't want to try to go short. I don't want to try to go long. I don't want to try to do anything until it hits that key level for me. Actually, that's not true. I would be down to catch a short if it came back up and like swept one of these highs and respected some fair value gaps. I would be more down to take a short, but not long. I would not want to even think of a long until it hits that day fair value gap. Any brokers to start with? Oh, Top Step or Apex? Apex right now I think is a really good opportunity. They're 80% off. So if you want to do an Apex account, I'd recommend that one. Yeah, if you use code Maniac, you get 80% off with a $40 activation fee. It's a really good deal. Yeah, it could. It could drop to day low, definitely. Because that's in... So, right, when we look at ranges, so the 4-hour range, right? Price went to internal range liquidity. And when it hits internal range liquidity, it's going to target external range liquidity, right? So external range liquidity right now on the 4-hour and day is these day lows. That's the only liquidity we have. So it's probably going to go down to there. Yeah, you could. You definitely could, Christian. This week we have made well, okay, I don't really want to count this week's profit because we got funded, right? So I made it over $3,000, but it was for an eval. So I don't really want to count that. But yeah, we technically made over $3,000. I just don't think that's really honest. I don't know. What do you guys think? Do eval profits count? Yes. So Christian, the 30% profit consistency is not a dollar amount. Is if you want to start your account at $2,600, that just means you have to consistently make that same number or right around that same number to keep your profits at 30%. So whatever you start with, you want to go start off fat. It just got to stay 30% consistent within each other, which means no day can be larger than 30% of your total profits in that account. Does that make sense? Thank you guys so much for the follow. Thank you guys. I appreciate you. Profits, profit. Okay, then technically this week I'm over 3K in profit. Kinda. I'm still going through rules. Okay, yeah. The consistency one's the hardest one for Apex. People, that's the one that people get the most confused on, and it is hard because they don't make it clear. Yeah, all these fair value gaps got disrespected, so it got inverted. So this 15 million fair value gap for me is invalid now, and for me, this is confirmation that price is most likely going to target these lows here, like this day low, these 15-minute lows. So yeah. How old you got to be to trade? 18. $3K a week is good. I'd make that in 2 weeks. Thank you. I appreciate that. What platform do I use? Right now, I'm using Top Step. I really like their payout rules and like their consistency. But Apex is also my two favorite platforms are Top Step and Apex right now. My goal is to first, if I can, right now I'm funded on Top Step. So I try to be patient with only sticking to one funded account. And then once I get a payout, I'll buy another one, get that one passed, and then scale on that, right? And then the max you can have with Top Step is 5 accounts. So then my goal is to scale and consistently get payouts with Top Step, Then once I've kind of mastered Top Step and get a lot of payouts, then I'll go to Apex and scale there. Apex, you can do up to 20 accounts. Apex is by far the best place to scale for accounts and get payouts, like crazy payouts. What time did you start your live? I start every single Monday through Friday at 9:30 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. That's when the market opens. Thank you, Emal. How did you learn? I learned through a lot of YouTube videos, a lot of back testing, and a lot of studying the charts. Like putting in a lot of time. I put in hours of time on this, and that's what you got to do. I also did pay for a mentorship. That was helpful. I don't really recommend it though. I mean, the mentorship was very helpful. It did help a lot, but I think you don't have to buy a mentorship to get to the level. All the resources are online on YouTube. Brother, today I made 1.4K and lose 1.8K on my combine right now. What can I do now? I mean, probably sit on your hands. You might lose that combine. You probably only have like $200 in drawdown. I'd say be patient, wait for a really good setup, and hopefully that saves your account. We trade Nasdaq. Thank you guys so much for the follow. I have a solid foundation on the basics. How can I be better at analyzing markets? I'll say this, Junior. Go on YouTube and learn advanced market structure and impulse ranges. If you can master those, that will help out a lot. Okay, photon trading is a really good one. If you go to my TikTok, I have a video posted that's pinned at the top. It's the 5 videos I would watch again if I was starting from scratch on day trading. Go watch those videos and go watch those creators videos. They have really good stuff. Do you work a 9 to 5? I do. How many accounts have you blown? Oh my gosh, Wilmer. I've blown a lot. I'm not even joking. I've blown a lot. I've blown, in regards to evals, I'm over 100. Funded accounts, probably like under 50. It's part of that learning journey that I've just done. I also went very aggressive. Like I was buying 20 counts at a time, trying to pass 20 counts in one. Like I was going crazy for a time, and I've learned that's not the way to do it. How many times go combined before you pass the challenge? You can pass a challenge in one trade on Apex. Don't recommend mentorships, but sell one. I do not sell a mentorship. Whose tutorial do you prefer? I think there's a lot. TGR has some good stuff. Photon Trading has good stuff. Casper SMC has good stuff. Trading Labs is another really good one that has good stuff. There's a video on trading psychology. It's a really boring video, but really good one. What are you trading? Nasdaq. How can I be you? Hi, buddy. How can I be you? You just gotta be... I don't know. You can't be me, bro. You're you, dude. You gotta be you. Advanced market structure and impulse ranges. So an impulse range is exactly what you see on my screen, right? This 5-minute impulse, right? Where the market has had zero retracement. This is an impulse range, right? So the 1 hour earlier this morning, we were looking at this impulse range, getting ready for bearish momentum. That's an impulse range. So advanced market structure and impulse ranges, you should know. Wilmer, I'd say scale down. So if you're trading like Nasdaq, I would scale down to like 1 contract and wait for an A+ setup. Full port. Not a believer. Oh my gosh. I mean, that is also another way. Like, just get the $297 out of the way. Either you pass it or not, and then hopefully, you know, then you just reset, and now you have a fresh eval. There's 2 ways you can go about that. Thank you guys for the follow. I appreciate you guys. So this is our fresh impulse range right here, a 15-minute impulse. I would say you go one. Like what I would do is 1 contract is what I would do on NQ, and hopefully I don't blow the account. But I'd wait for a very good setup. Like I'd say today you probably should be trading. You should probably wait for tomorrow, see if a better setup comes tomorrow morning, and you can get a really good trade. One thing to pay attention to on this 15-minute impulse range is all these 15-minute fair value gaps that are forming, because eventually price will retrace right into one of these footprints, and that could give you a continuation short opportunity. Did you say alpaca for the brokers that's on sale? Apex. Jose, Apex. If you look at my scrolling text, it'll say it in there, or you just, here, I'll show you the website. This website, Apex. They have a really good deal going on right now, 80% off accounts and $40 activation fees. It's really good. It's the cheapest in the industry, I think, right now. Apex Trader Funding. You go to here, use code Maniac when you go to buy the account, and it'll give you that discount. And you can pass a eval in one trade. That's how I recommend doing it. If you want to know how to pass this, I have a video that breaks down the exact strategy to pass an Apex account in one trade. I have a video on my YouTube, so if you want to go watch that, it gives you 3 trading models. It gives you the exact way to set up your account. It gives you the exact account to buy, all of that, to hopefully help you get your eval in one trade. So go to my YouTube, go watch that video before. If you're new to evals, go watch that video first before you go and just buy it and try to do it. That'll help you out and get you ahead of the rest. Thank you, Jose. I appreciate you. Thank you so much. But yeah, I'll show you the video right now. This is the video I just recently. This one right here. How to pass an Apex eval in one trade. That video right there. Link is in my bio for those. All right, how long have we been streaming? 2.5 hours. I think I'm gonna go till 3 hours, and then I'm probably gonna close down the stream, and then I'm gonna go make that video for you guys, breaking down the 1 minute kill shot even further, so you guys can have that. How does the scaling okay, that's a good one. So yeah, Apex has what's called trailing drawdown, right? If I blow my account, how much is the reactivation fee on the top set? $50. So how does the scaling or trailing model drawdown on Apex work? So say, how do I want to do this? Let me find a clear, let me go to the daytime. Let me find a clear space to like kind of, right. So say this is how trailing drawdown works. Follows unrealized gains. Okay, so this is the thing that's important about Apex. It follows unrealized gains. What does that mean? Okay, you're gonna start with $2,500 in drawdown. If unrealized P and L goes up $1,000, but realized P and L is 500. Maximum loss limit on drawdown is now, let me explain this further, 1,500. Okay, so let's make this bigger so it's just easier for everyone to see. Trailing drawdown follows your unrealized gains. Okay, so for Apex, it follows your unrealized profits in your accounts. So when you say you buy a 50K account on Apex, you're going to start off with $2,500 in drawdown. Now, say you open up a trade and that trade goes up to $1,000 in profit, but then you come back down to a stop loss that's trailing and you only made $500 in that trade. But the trade saw 1,000. Your drawdown and your maximum loss limit is no longer $2,500. It is $1,500 because it saw $1,000 gain in your account. So Apex will follow you in unrealized gains. That's why on evals, I like to do it in one trade because it's like, just get it to that profit and get out, and don't like deal with all this stupid trailing drawdown. Now, where Top Step will do end of day drawdown. So like if Top Step, if you unrealized 1,000 but only made 500, they only recognize the $500 you made instead of the 1,000 of unrealized. So you would stay at $2,500 in drawdown. Alio, I would say stick to whatever you can afford. So if you are someone who can afford buying more accounts, I would say do that. But I would say it's smart to stick to a budget when it comes to buying accounts, and you know, buy what you can afford. I would just say that. Like if you're like, oh my gosh, if I buy 5, like that'll really hurt me this month. I don't know if I'm gonna be able to pay for bills or whatever. Don't buy 5 accounts. Like just buy 1. You know, or if you're like, I could buy 20 and I would be totally fine. It wouldn't even bother me. I could have 20 sitting in this deal and have it just sitting in the background and hopefully slowly pass them. If that's what fits in your budget, then yeah, then I'd say do that. But I'd say don't do it based on what your budget is. Stay strong. Strategy first. Made 12 into the long Top Step today. I love it. Now are you down right now? Shorts were nice as... Nice. I love it, Jonathan. I didn't execute on this short. In hindsight, I should have, which we trade journaled it. But I took a little long here, and I messed up on a long. We did hit targets, but I got stopped out earlier for a $300 loss. And we made like $150, I think, on the one long, but it didn't offset the loss. I was waiting for this day high to get hit, and I should have executed on the 5-minute failure to displace. Were you this confused when you started as well? Is that a part of trading? Yes. I was extremely confused when I first started off. Like, that's just normal in trading. You're going to start off confused. You're going to start off like, what the heck am I looking at? But the only way you get out of that is putting time in the charts of like back testing, understanding, like learning, and practicing. That's the only way you're going to get out of that. Heard too many bad things about Apex? I've only really had good things with them. When I hear someone talk bad about Apex and then I hear the way they trade, it makes sense. They just have rules you got to follow, and no one wants to follow their rules. Thank you so much, Tally, for the rose. I really appreciate you. Yeah, that's good, Waffle. If you have a systematic strategy that can be repeatable. Yeah, the dump is crazy. So today, right? We might have ended the count red today. And we had a setup, right, for taking this short. I'm gonna say this again for the new people who are kind of coming in. They're like, "What? You didn't take the short?" Or they're like, "Why are you still red?" I'm still learning, right? I'm not claiming to be the perfect trader. I'm not claiming to like be super profitable. I'm still in my learning journey. I'm still trying to get consistent payouts. I've been able to lock payouts, but I haven't been able to be consistent with them. But today's win is that when I look at my trade journal, when I look at my pre-market analysis, we were spot on what we could expect from the market today. And that's today's win, right? I could be a trader, and this is how I used to be. I would get so stuck in like, man, I'm such an idiot. Like, I'm red for the day. This is going to ruin the rest of my day. And ignore the fact that I actually read the market properly today. I'm going to get more trades like this in the future. These are going to happen. It's going to come. Like, I'm going to have hundreds of trades opportunities. So the thing to focus in on is, hey, we read the market to a T today. Our setup was there. Next time, let's trust it, right? I think it's more based on the daily bias and the levels that Bitcoin and gold and Nasdaq tapped into. Less than it's something that happens every day at this time, because this is not something that happened. This is right now we're looking at a 765 point dump on Nasdaq. That's not an everyday move. It's very rare that price moves this large in one move, right? I use 1 minute kill shot, and I'm going to be posting a video later today that dives into it and gives you guys the strategy really well. But this move is really good. I mean, this would have been, I'm bummed we missed it, but crazy move. I'm just glad we were able to analyze it and analyze it properly for next time. And next time we're not going to miss this move. Next time we're catching this move. Yep, everyone's ready to go to lunch in New York. And so this momentum is going to slow down, you know, and then you're going to get into that PM session. You did, Y. You did. Did it hit 302? Oh, did. Right? Yeah. Oh my gosh, it hit it like perfectly, Y. Good job, dude. All right, guys, if there's any last minute questions you guys have for prop firms or anything I can answer, I'm about to head off soon in the next like 15 minutes. So I would love to be able to help anybody before I hop off. And I think I'm gonna be live later today during Asia if nothing comes up. But if not, I'll be posting a lot of things on other content. Why did I go down so much? We tapped into a day for value gap, I think is why. How to get max allocated with Top Step in 2 weeks? You just got to pass evals. I mean, you can do it in 2 days. You don't have to be in 2 weeks. You can get max allocated in 2 days. 1 minute kill shot. I'll put a text on the screen. I have a video pinned on my TikTok if you would like to go check that out. And then also I'm going to make a video today diving into it. What kind of money do you need to put into the trade to see returns or losses easily over $100? This trade, 1 MNQ would have gotten you $100. You don't really need a lot of size. And I think it's smart if you're someone who's new to trading and you're new to funded accounts, start off small and do what's called a scaling strategy. Okay, so you're going to scale with your profits. You're going to set targets that you're not allowed to add a contract until you hit that profit goal. For example, I have a very strict rule for my funded accounts. I start off with only trading 3 MNQ, and I'm not allowed to go to 4 MNQ until I hit $500 in profit in the account. Yeah, 2 hearts. I see your reply. I'll be posting that video today on YouTube. So it's been one of my most requested things lately is people keep asking me, I really want to understand the 1 minute kill shot, make a video. So I'm going to bring that to you guys. Yeah. Like, so, you know, some people, what they do is they'll start with 1 MNQ and scale and then just scale from there. And what that does is it protects you from blowing that account quickly and allows you to grow profits consistently and scale those profits as they grow without ever risking blowing the account. Let's go, guys. Over 2,300 people watched the stream today. 2,200 likes. I really appreciate you guys. Yes, this is Nasdaq, what you're looking at. The 1 minute kill shot, for everyone who's watching, it'll be in the video, but the 1 minute kill shot, I use it on gold, Nasdaq, and Bitcoin, the 3 assets I love to use the most. I'm the same trade, bro. I am on demo learning still though. Hey, demo profits is still progress. That means you learned something if you're able to make a trade. That means you're able to spot something that you weren't able to before. So good job on that. I'd recommend you trade journal too. I would recommend anybody. It sounds like we got a lot of new people in here in regards to prop firms and day trading. If I would say invest in anything, invest in TradeZella and backtest. Okay. TradeZella is this software that I use for my trade journaling. I use it and I pay for this software. It's the best software I've ever invested in. And then you can back test in here. So, right, I have my 1 minute kill shots and I back test my 1 minute kill shot to practice that strategy. What's that even mean? 1 minute kill shot. That's my trading strategy. That's my model name. I named it. I gave it a cool name. I thought it was cool. Yeah, I'm 17, so I gotta wait until I'm 18 to open an account. So I'll just practice and get help. Yes, dude, that's good. Do that. Now, dude, if you put in the practice for 1 year until you're 18 and you grind and you grow a paper trading account and you really learn, bro, when you go into the prop firms, you're gonna feel so good, dude. And it's gonna help you excel so much quicker. David said, "What's your model?" It's called the 1 minute kill shot. It's the name. It's what set up today. I'm gonna break down this trade later today in a video. Hi, King. Hope you're having a great day. All right. I really appreciate you guys. I love the chatting. I love the love that you guys have been, all the follows, all the gifts, all the likes. I really appreciate you guys. I hope you guys have a great rest of your day. I'm going to call it. I'm going to go make that video. So if you guys like, I know there's a lot of people asking about my 1 minute kill shot trading model. Go subscribe to my YouTube channel. Turn on post notifications because I will be posting that video today. And I'll give you a complete breakdown of how to use my 1 minute kill shot so you can catch trades just like this. So I'm gonna literally, once we're done recording this, or once I close on this live stream, I'm gonna go record that video, edit it, and then get it posted for you guys. It should be out in like a couple hours. And then you guys can hopefully watch it today so you can be prepared for the next New York session that'll happen tomorrow. Thank you guys so much for the follow. I appreciate you guys. Lots of love today. Wish I held. The thief of joy is greed. Rick up. That's one thing I've learned too, trading. Don't let the what if steal the win that you had today if you were able to take a win. And it sounds like you were able to take a win. Don't let that steal your joy of like you made a winning trade and you were able to catch that. Because you were successful and you caught it, dude. Good job. See ya, Waffles. All right, everyone. I'm going to close out. Thank you so much. I hope you guys have a great rest of your day. And I will see you either maybe today during Asia session if I'm able to go live. I'm going to try to go live during Asia. Or I'll see you tomorrow morning at market open at 9:30 a.m. Eastern Standard Time when I go live every single day. So, all right, everyone. I hope you have a great rest of your day. And I will see you later. Happy trading. I hope you guys all end the day green.